On this episode of Out of the Box Gaming, we sell you on some hilariously bad games. Lindsay makes a bad joke, and we have a few technical difficulties. So power up your favorite console, press play, and enjoy gaming with us. What's up, gamers? Welcome to Out of the Box Gaming. I am your host, Nick Picard, and I am joined by the man who is here to celebrate our 50th episode, Will Kinsey.
Yay!
Woo!
Happy birthday?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's...
Well, it has been over a year now.
Yeah, it has been over a year. So, that's exciting. So yeah, that's right. This is our 50th episode, and if this is your first time, we'd like to welcome you. We are a gaming podcast where we talk about all types of games, like video games, board games, card games, and sometimes we'll have special guests on here where we learn about their story, their journey into gaming, and all that. And you may ask yourself, why are you going to talk about this? Well, it's because we want to, and we think we have something to say that you may want to hear.
That's right, everyone. We want to share our love of games with you and possibly introduce you to something new.
If you want to catch us live, you can do that by going over to twitch.tv/AceKingKing on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Let me say most Saturday mornings, because we do change that up, from time to time. We are also joined this morning by our wonderful producer, Lindsay.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey, Lindsay.
Hello.
Also, be sure to check out our Discord. We want to hear from you guys, so feel free to drop topic ideas and discussion questions that you'd love to hear us talk about. This can be done by going on over to our Discord, hitting that topic ideas and discussion questions text channel, and typing away.
I believe Lindsay is ready with the trivia question for this episode. What do you have?
I am ready.
Sweet. Did you get it from the outside source that gives us hard questions?
No, I came
Okay.
up with this on my own. Sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze. My question: what is considered to be the first original board game ever?
The first original board game ever?
Yeah.
F.
I was
Does
thinking.
it have to include a board? Because I
Well,
saw a lot of games in my research this week that were called board games that didn't have boards.
I mean, I don't think board game is necessary. A board is necessarily a requirement.
Okay.
I came up with this question as like, I feel like somehow Will's gonna actually have this knowledge. Like, this is knowledge that Will would have just randomly.
I thought taking the board out of the mix was going to narrow it down, but that completely just opened it up for me. So now I may have just messed myself up. Goodness, that's a good question you have for us today, Lindsay. Well, if you guys at home want to think about that question, we'll come back to it at the end of the episode. We'll give our answers, and then we'll hear the correct answer.
Yeah. So our 50th episode, we decided that Lindsay decided that we were going to do something different, and we are here to try to not really say sell you, I guess maybe each other or whatever.
Them too. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to sponsored.
We're going to try to sell you terrible board games.
Yeah, so Nick was like, hey, what are we doing? And so I was like, okay, I'm going to make them do some work too, not just me. So, you know how, like, I don't know, I've seen it on TikTok. People will get together and make PowerPoints on terrible things, try to convince everyone else that it's not that terrible or something like that. I don't know, I've never done it. But I was like, hey, let's use that concept, but with terrible board games that probably shouldn't ever have become a thing, but they are a thing. And so we're going to share those with you and with each other.
Yeah. So I believe the first, hold on, let me Will is
Just
first.
this, we were sent a list of board games that are considered to be like the worst.
Yeah.
Yes. I did find an article with a list of it.
And I may have cheated because the one that I picked is just really funny in my opinion.
Okay.
But yeah.
And
I guess we can get into it.
Yeah, I will say I'm pretty sure I had covered some of these early on in one of I couldn't remember which episode it was, but early on we had done a game where I presented you guys with a game and you had to figure out if it was an actual game or not. And
this
some of
game
these
in particular
were on
was on that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah. That's partially why I picked this one, because we had touched on it in an episode early on, and 50th episode. Yeah. But yeah, so we'll get right into it. I picked the wonderful, hilarious anti-smoking game, Smokers Wild. Now, this game was on the list of horrible games that should have never been made, and probably back in its time when it was made in the 1970s, was considered to be, pointless because people had ashtrays in their caddies, people smoked in airplanes in the 70s. So this game probably wasn't a big hit. But let me tell you something, this game is the game that might just save your life. Maybe. Next slide. So, about the game, Smokers Wild. I don't know if you guys can read this. It might be very small on the screen, so I'll read it for you. Smokers Wild is a simple game meant to warn folks away from the dangers of smoking cigarettes. Through puns and witty humor, this game guides players through a make-believe life as the Doctor, the Taxman, the Tobacco Planter, the Undertaker, and many more professions that will benefit from getting your friends addicted to cigarettes and dying. Profiting off of the addiction and downfall of others, the only way to win the game is to avoid the temptations of ciggies and be the last player alive. Many punny names in the game for the careers include Mel Practice for the Doctor, Doug Graves for the Undertaker, and Owen Moore for the Taxman.
Wow.
In this game, as I said, the point is basically to get all of your friends addicted to cigarettes and steal all their money, and then let them die. So, not too fun in that respect, but, plenty of humor, plenty of puns, and I think in today's woken age where, not as many people see smoking cigarettes as commonplace, it could make a comeback, and I feel it has enough humor in it to give your friends many hours of enjoyment. And speaking of hours, the average running game time of the game is about an hour. So a quick game to get plenty of laughs in and enjoy some fun humor. Now, if that's not enough to sell you, next slide. This game was the first of a series, including Smokers Wild, Drinkers Wild, and the one I couldn't get a picture of, Lovers Wild, which also had very funny names such as Pussy Galore and Hans Roman.
Oh my goodness.
Hans B. Roman. So pick up any of these games at your local game store, or, probably not because you can't find them anywhere, and enjoy. Next slide. Heck, I'd play it.
Who made
You want to
this
play it, don't you? You want to play all of them. Gamma 2 is the producer of these games. And they're phenomenal.
I want to know how these games went over. Honestly, I feel like, first of all,
it was the 70s, so it didn't go over very well. But in today's day,
true,
it would be amazing.
The guy on the front is just a whole mood.
Yes, and they did several covers.
Oh, wow, they did several covers. I guess they just couldn't pick one that they liked.
That's a great game, Will.
Right? Like, I was coming up with this and kind of BSing most of it, and then I sold it to myself. I was like, man, I kind of want to get this game.
I mean, I would get it just to see how it plays.
Right?
Um,
And yeah, it's very morbid. You only win if you're the last one alive, and you get a lot of money.
just like the real world.
Just yeah.
Just like the real world. Be the last of your friends alive. So yeah, that's my pitch.
Okay.
I'm asking for $500,000 for 10% stake in my company.
Is this Shark Tank now?
Shark Tank.
I mean, I would play it. I wouldn't buy the game, but if one of my friends got it, I'd play it.
I mean, if I like found it in a dumpster on the corner of our street, I might take it out and that's a lie.
That's a lie.
Anything
That's
in
a
the
straight up
dumpster
lie.
I wouldn't touch.
If I saw this game like for a decent price, like an old version for a decent price or an updated version for a reasonable price, I would play it. I would buy it just so we could play it at our friends' nights and like experience it at least once. You know, you gotta. So who's next? Also, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Would you play this game?
Lindsay, am I next, or
Sure.
did you want to go? Okay, I guess Lindsay wanted to go last.
I
One
mean, Lindsay
moment.
put
How
in
do
the
I
most
go
work,
back?
let's be real.
Just,
Go here.
yeah, and you can open it up.
Okay. It's loading.
I'll have you know, I made Nyx look good.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
I just can't have him taking credit for the
Of how it looks?
The-
No.
On the
Google
quickness.
slide skills.
Yeah, Lindsay is a master PowerPointer, though this isn't PowerPoint.
And
But it's the same thing.
It definitely is not PowerPoint.
Yeah.
yeah.
Very different.
Well, I assume you have it open up where you get to.
I do indeed. I do indeed.
All right. So, why you should get Philly Millie? Okay. What is Philly Millie? Well, you know, play begins with all the items inside the box and a stack of cards that you put on top of the box. The top card, you know, is revealed, and then players put their hands inside the box and attempt to recover by feeling only. And then the player is just trying to find, you know, that
Cover
item.
What?
Huh?
Okay, you were getting there. Sorry.
What?
Continue.
The player's just trying to find, you know, that item in the box, and, you know,
That's on the card.
that's on the card. Yeah. And, you know, you pull it out, and, you know, you go through the game by, you like getting, I guess, like all the props in the box or whatever, and the person with the most, you know, wins. You know, pretty simple, fun little game. You know, who doesn't like the, you know, mystery and stuff? Okay. What's going on with the slides? Okay, so what's in the box? You know, we've heard that famous quote from the movie, you know, Seven. What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? Well, you know, you're about to find out what is in the box of Philly Millie. You have plastic props, okay? You know, I talked about that in the previous slide. What? Sorry, it keeps messing up on my screen. It's really weird. You also, like, there's also the cards, but hey, you know, what's going to stop you there? Let your imagination, you know, is inside that box. You can come up with custom ways to play this. Oh, hey, what's that? Your crush's hand is inside that box? And then also, you know, the mystery, okay? All right, so plastic props. In this game, I mean, they have, you know, a different assortment of, you know, things like they have spoons, like a shopping cart, a goat, a hairbrush mirror. Like, they have like all these different things in there. Okay, little just plastic things. I would assume that some of them would be easier to figure out than others. Like, I feel like the animals could be harder to try to figure out what animal that is. Makes sense. But hey, like I said before, why stop there? Why? Just use your imagination. Why be limited with those props, that comes in that game? These are just some suggestions you can use to put in there, like spiders, dead rats, adult toys, wink wink, use band-aids, toenail clippings, razor blades, or intestines, Like I said, use your imagination. The possibilities are almost limited. Different ways to play. They may not have this on the game, but, like I said before in the previous slide, use your imagination. Different ways to play. These are some of the things that, came up with, okay? Mystery object. Where one opponent puts something inside the box, and then the other opponent is the one that's putting their hand in there and trying to figure out what it is. And we will call that, game mode, what am I touching? And then there's also the other game modes, first to find grandma's dentures. Litter box edition. Ooh, that would be fun. Where's the keys? There's an imposter. That one, let me explain. Why is he doing that? Okay, let me explain. There's the imposter. So think of it like, hey, you had a box of chocolates in there. And you're trying to go around and figure out which one is not actual candy or chocolate, whatever you want to call it. And then there's, the one-on-one with your crush. Ooh, that sounds fun. Speaking of crush, hey, yeah, your crush's hand. Just imagine, you're back in the day, you're young, like elementary, middle school, or whatever. You have friends over, your crush comes over. You pull out this game and you're like, this is the chance where I get to touch the hand of my crush. Hopefully, sparks would fly. Hopefully, she'll know or something, or he'll know, whichever. But yeah, just imagine, like sitting there. It's like, hey, we're going to play Philly Millie, and you just go in. Oh, sorry, was that your hand? Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh,
I'm done.
Sorry, was that your
I'm done.
Like, every young kid, just like, they just want to touch the hand of their crush and hope it goes to something more. So, yeah. And then also, like, really, the game is it's just plain fun. Just plain fun. So, pick up Philly Millie. If you can't find it, I'm sure you can easily make it yourself. You can easily make it yourself. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've gotten pretty close to selling me on a box with 2 holes in it.
Actually, I think the box has 4 holes in it.
Oh,
it's up to
man.
4. It's up to 4 people. It's 2 to 4 players.
Revolutionary.
I mean,
yeah, it only ever shows 2 holes in the picture. It doesn't, you can't see all sides in one picture.
Yeah.
It's not realistic.
I mean, well, on the cover of this one that I see on like the very last slide, you can see the 2 people that has the holes, but you can also see the third person that's playing, and then the woman that's like, "Oh gosh, what is that?"
Yeah.
In regards to your crush's hand, who needs to go to the movie theater anymore and like reach for the popcorn at the same time?
Just play Philly Millie.
Play this game.
Yeah.
Other iteration of the imposter one.
Yeah.
Is you have to go through and find the only hard-boiled egg and smash it against your head.
And
if you don't get the hard-boiled egg, you get egg on your face.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You've not convinced me to buy this game, but you have convinced me to just
to play it.
Get a box
Make
and cut
my
four
own
holes in it.
version.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even there could be a version where like, oh no, the cat got in the box because we have cats. We know they love to get in the box, but it's like, who gets bit first?
Or which side, what part of the cat am I going to touch? Is this going to be the butt?
Accidentally touches the butt.
Step 2, cut a hole in that box. Oh, goodness. No, that's a good one, Nick. I enjoyed that.
And I think
For the right price, I'd buy it. You've got me sold. I'd buy it.
if you're into scary movies, you may have seen this game being played in, what was it, Annabelle Comes Home?
Yeah, something like that.
That movie?
Yeah.
That somehow we saw.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's a good game for a horror movie. Put your hand in something and it goes grabs your hand. That's cool.
Mhm. Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Is it
So-
my turn?
Yes, it is your
I
turn,
think
Lindsay.
so.
Okay. Look how pretty it is. Oh my gosh. Okay.
No.
This game is called What Shall I Be? The Exciting Game of Career Girls from 1966. Here's a little bit about the game. So the object of the game is to be the first player to become a career girl. Players move around the board collecting school cards, subject cards, and personality cards. The game ends when one of the players has collected 4 school cards of one profession and 2 subject cards and 2 personality cards that are good for that profession. It's pretty simple. At the end, I mean, I found a video of someone playing it. We can't show it because of language and stuff. You can look it up on YouTube. But it was a pretty simple game to play. You
Yeah.
roll the dice, move around, collect the cards. Pretty simple. Continuing on that game description, the exciting game of Career Girls was a game where girls could roll the dice to see which career they might have. The game also includes personality cards as well as trading cards. The trading cards are pretty standard. If you study biology, you might be suited for a career in nursing or teaching. Makes sense. The personality cards are a mixed bag, though. If you draw the You Are Strong card, you see that such a personality trait would be great for a ballet dancer or a nurse. But then there are the You Are Clumsy card, the You Are Overweight card, or even the You Are Not Considerate card. Those, yes.
It's a personality, eh?
Yeah, apparently. Carry on. Here's a quote I found from Faltus Mitternacht on BoardGameGeek.com, and he said, "Print this game today and you get your tail suit off." Thanks, Faltus. I don't know if I said that right. So here are the professions in their respective schools in the game. So if you want to be a teacher, you go to college. Okay. If you want to be an airline hostess, you would go to airline training school. Actresses would go to drama school. Nurses, nursing school. Models go to charm school.
What is charm school?
What happened to that?
And ballet dancers go to ballet school. So those were the only 6 career choices that apparently women had in 1966. So let that soak in. Okay, moving on. Here's an advertisement from the game. That was printed in 1967. It says, "Our Sleeper," which I don't understand. "What Shall I Be? The Game of Career Girls," introduced in 1966 for young ladies 8 through 13. It was an overnight success, exceeding even our wildest dreams. Place an order. You'll like the sweet smell of success. Take that as you will. And carry on. Here's some pros and cons, but are they really even cons? I'll let you decide. Pros. Great for young girls deciding what they want to be when they grow up. And it encourages higher education, which is, I mean, it's not for everyone, but I like that it promotes that. I still don't know what charm school is, though. But here are the cons. They're just slightly insignificant. It's only for girls. I mean, you could be a guy and play it, I suppose, but I don't know why you'd want to. It's only slightly insulting. Keep the "you are overweight" card. Bad for airline hostess, ballet dancer, model. You're limited in your career choices. And it's just only slightly sexist. Move on. But are those not enough career choices? Good thing they came out with Edition 2 in 1976. For what it's worth, the company released another version of the game in 1976. In the span of only 10 years, the possible careers on the 1976 game included a surgeon, a jockey, an astronaut, a news commentator, a theater director, and a lawyer. So we've come a long way in those 10 years. I guess it just evolved that much in 10 years for what women could do. So good for them for coming out with a version 2. But what if boys want to play too?
Oh, yeah.
Lucky you, there's a boys edition that was also published in 1966. The 6 careers include going to law school to be a statesman, graduate school to be a scientist, medical school to be a doctor, technical school to be an engineer, college to be an athlete, and flight school to be an astronaut. So when you compare those to the 6 in the first edition, yeah. I don't know what a statesman is. Is that just a lawyer?
I guess.
Guessing it's more like a politician.
We good.
Yeah, you can, yeah, so what are you waiting for? Go pick up your own copy of What Shall I Be? The exciting game of Career Girls today. That was the video we can't watch.
Yeah, okay, so the thing is, I would love to play this game, but I am not a girl that is between the ages of, 8 and 13?
So
that's what it said. I mean, that's what it's, yeah.
In the video I found, it was adults playing. I would totally play this game if I had it. It was, because at this point, we can laugh about it. But if you think about how that was literally what young girls were looking at in 1966, that's really sad.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad that we've evolved.
It's so messed up because the whole Rosie the Riveter and women literally building tanks happened 20 years before that. So
yeah, and I don't know how historically accurate this is. I have not researched what the career options were for women in 1966, but I would think it was more than just these 6, but these were very I don't know. It's just a very sexist game.
Yeah.
Overall.
But yeah, would you, listeners, would you play this game? Would you play any of the games that we try to sell you on?
Would you play the boys version?
Yeah, I mean, I would also play the girls version.
I mean,
I think I would play the girls version before the boys version because it's more of a meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the game itself doesn't look that great, but playing the girls version would be funny enough.
Yeah, and like I said, it's really simple to play. You see the board has the 6 triangle shapes for the different careers. You just pick which career you want, and you just roll the dice and go around and try to land on the ones.
Yeah, simple.
That you want to land on. I highly suggest looking up the YouTube video I found of these people playing it. But like I said, we just can't show it. There's
beer
and board
Edition
games.
2, though. Edition 2 is way better.
Yes.
Getting to be an astronaut and that kind of stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
A jockey, because who doesn't want to be a jockey? I assume it's talking about the horse riding jockey.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's another type of jockey. A news commentator.
Being a jockey was never, ever even close to my realm of possibilities because I've been over 6 feet since I was 12.
You're still, I mean, maybe when you were 5, you could have been a jockey.
I wanted to be Luke Skywalker when I was 5.
Yeah, that's dope.
I mean, but I do commend them on version 2 coming out 10 years later. I don't know, that ad that I found made it seem like it was a very popular game, but I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of want to know how much, like, each of the games that we went through, which one was the bestseller. I know they were, probably came out they did come out different times, but I just like to see, the numbers on that.
When did Feely Millie come out?
I don't know.
I will say that Smokers Wild did inspire 2 sequels.
1967, so just a year after Career Girls. Yeah.
Okay. Smokers Wild was 1976, I think.
Okay, so I'm like in the same...
On the same area. Man.
Yeah.
Way to go for us picking, games around the same time.
Well, I mean,
it's easier to pick on old games.
There are still stupid games that come out. Like,
oh, yeah.
That game where it's a toilet and you have to catch the poop when you plunge it. Like, that's just the stupidest.
Who would come up with that? Like,
but people bought it.
We had dumb ones like the big nose. The ones when we were kids where there's a big nose and you had to pick the buggers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was another one that was on the list that I thought about doing because I actually owned the game, and it was Don't Wake Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But those games, like, I didn't think were, like, it's either Don't Wake Daddy, which I never thought was a bad game, and then the really dumb ones are just, I can't sell this.
Yeah.
I can't make this seem good. I can't make picking boogers out of a giant nose seem good.
But these are just like, they're so bad that they're good.
Yeah.
Like,
and with time, they have aged gracefully, I think.
Yes. I can't imagine, though, in 50 years looking back on that poop game and being like, yeah, I see that. It's so... But they're also catering to, like, 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, who probably would find that funny. So... I'm just...
Good golly gosh.
It's so pretty.
You did a very good job, Lindsay. Well done.
Well, I guess... But I can switch over to, if I go to that, I'll need you to leave Discord, and hopefully it'll work.
You want me to leave now?
Sure.
Transitions.
Yep.
Hey.
Yeah, that was dope. That was good timing. Let me go back in here and in that. So yeah, everyone, just let us know which one you would prefer to play over the other games. We had, I can't remember, there was the Smokers Wild.
Mm-hmm.
What Shall I Be?
Exciting game of Career Girls.
Yeah, and then Feely Millie. Which one was your choice? Now we're going to move on to Nostalgia Game of the Week. We have sound for that now.
I've been making sound for it the last few episodes.
All right, so Nostalgia Game of the Week. This is where we just spin the wheel, see what game comes up that give us, like, one of those older games that give us the nostalgia feel. If you have any game suggestions, for us, go to the Discord, go to the Nostalgia Game text channel, and just put some suggestions in there. And this week the winner is Metal Gear Solid.
Woohoo! Another game Lindsay doesn't know.
Metal Gear Solid. I want to let you know, I never played any of the Metal Gear Solid games. I had a roommate in college who absolutely loved them. And he even asked me if he could buy a game and play it on my PlayStation? And I said, absolutely, man. Come on. Like, sure, go ahead. Will, did you ever play the Metal Gear Solid?
I played a couple of them. I was always a bit more of a Splinter Cell fan when it came to those sneaky shooters, but Metal Gear was a special beast because of all of the funny stealth things you could pull off, like just hiding in a cardboard box because people don't see you walking around in a cardboard box. A lot of the villains were over the top. Just most of the characters were insane.
Yeah.
It was developed by Konami, so it's gotta be crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I remember one thing from like my roommate, Ethan. We actually had him on the podcast, like early on when we talked about Magic the Gathering. He was telling me about a time, and I don't remember which Metal Gear Solid game it was, but it was like a sniper battle or something, and I guess I don't know what happened. I can't remember what he said, where he had to like turn off the game, like he had to do something at that point, and he didn't get to come back to it for like a couple weeks. And then whenever he came back to it, that person that was like sniping at him, like in the game, dead, like they just straight up died. And he found out later that it was just a thing where, like in the game of time, that if you wait like a certain amount of time, that character would just die. The enemy would just die during that. So you like if you didn't want to have to deal with that and you had patience, you could just not play the game for like 2 weeks and you would get past that like little mission area.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, yeah, it was really cool. But yeah, I mean, if they ever came out with the like remastered versions or like remakes of Metal Gear Solid today, I probably would play them. The thing is, what I know about them is they are basically giant cutscenes. Like each cutscenes could be like 30 minutes or something.
Oh yeah,
because I remember coming in.
That's a movie.
Yeah, I remember coming in from class one day, and my roommate, he was just sitting like backwards in a chair, just staring at the TV. And I was like, "How long you been like this?" He's like, "For like 30 minutes." And it was just a cutscene, and that thing went on for I don't know how much longer. It was wild.
Oh yeah, they've got some epic cutscenes. Like most games have a movie's worth of just cutscenes.
Yeah,
which is pretty good. Like they're usually done really well. Like it's not just, oh god, let's get through this cutscene. It's something that if you enjoy the games, you kind of want to watch. Like a dude cutting down a giant robot with a katana.
Yeah.
I never played Metal Gear Solid, but I did play Wood Gear Liquid.
That was a terrible joke. That was a terrible joke. All right, moving on. We're just going to move on and to what we've been playing. Because it's been a couple weeks since we've had an episode because Lindsay and I have moved into a home.
That's a great joke.
That's why the background looks different. Yeah.
Chat loved it.
So yeah. We're just going to be moving on to what we've been playing for like the past couple weeks. I don't know who wants
Nick,
to.
what you been playing,
okay,
brother?
Sure. I guess I'll go first.
Play Wood Gear Liquid?
No, I did not play Wood Gear Liquid. Okay, so like I said, for the past couple weeks or whatever, I didn't really get to play as much games like during the whole moving process. Also, we didn't have internet whenever we first moved. I mean, I still could have played, single player games, but
we were just too busy.
Yeah, it was just really too busy.
And too tired.
But this week, I actually got to sit down and play, some things. I played a little bit of Apex. I do need to play that some more because I actually bought the Battle Pass for this season, and I played a lot less than I did last season. I don't really know what always happened in Apex. Did we get a win when we played?
I don't.
Oh, yeah,
we
we
only
did.
played Apex once since we moved, right?
Yeah, but didn't we play with like Punchline? Yeah, and I think we got a win. I think we said that, you know, we're going to do one more, and then we ended up winning. And it was and we did a normal the battle royale, not the or no, did we do a I don't remember. And then I did some Watch Dogs earlier this week. You know, I'm still enjoying it. I don't know how much longer I have on the game. Did some Overwatch because there was the anniversary event going on, and I missed out on the second week of that skin that you have to, like, they have each event they do like free skins, you just have to play games. We got the first week, I think, which was an Ana skin. We got the second week was an Echo skin, I think, and I missed out on that one. And then the third week was a Hammond skin, and I ended up getting that one. Also, a new season of Fortnite happened this week, so we've been playing that. I'll let Lindsay probably talk about that more. Just saying, I've been playing that. And then, so I was looking at my PlayStation games. Last night I played some Dead by Daylight with a couple people. Actually enjoyed it a lot last night. It was a lot of fun. And then I've been playing a lot of League, just a bunch of ARAMs lately. I did get to level 69 today, so I have to make an alt account now and just play on that. I can't level that account up anymore. So I think that's all I've been playing, right?
Yeah.
I think so. I know I need to play more games. So, yeah, Will, what about you? What have you been playing the past couple weeks?
I've been jumping around to a few different games, but most recently I've been grinding out some of that good old Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah, when did you start doing that? Because I would have joined you, because I haven't played it in a while. But
it was literally just a few days ago, like earlier this week. My roommate got back into it, and I got back into it. And we've pretty much just been doing flashpoints, and I got
okay, yeah, I would love to join you because I never really got to do those.
Yeah, yeah. I got my dude's one of my dude's crew skills almost all the way up to onslaught max.
Okay,
which is like max level. Like normally it's 600, and then you have to pay a certain amount of credits, and then you can go to 700. You can level up to 700.
Okay.
So I've got that, so I can make all of the best arms tech stuff, which is like guns and stuff. So I can do the blaster stuff. And now on my Sith dude, I'm working on artifice, so I can make crystals and lightsabers and things like that. But yeah, I've just been profession grinding and then doing flashpoints.
Gotcha.
Which, yeah, get in on them, man. We've only got me and my roommate, so we have room for 2 more.
Yeah. I just remember, like, whenever I first played the game, I never did the flashpoints because I didn't have people to play with. And then whenever I did have people to play with, I never actually got to play with them. So
yeah, we played for like only a couple weeks when we started like a year ago.
Yeah, but I mean, like back in college when some of our friends would play it.
Heavy into it.
Yeah, I still remember that they all joined a server I was not on, and then so I had to make another character and grind it out, and I finally made it, you know, to the max level, and then people just kind of stopped playing. So kind of the same thing would happen with WildStar.
Lame.
Yes.
Yeah, so Old Republic, also Battlefront 2. I've been on a Star Wars kick. Given the evil overlords at EA plenty of attention that they don't deserve. Let's see. Oh, jumped back into Magic Gathering Arena.
Nice.
Getting ready for the new Dungeons and Dragons set to come out, so I can buy a bunch of packs on there.
When's it supposed to come out?
D&D deck. A month I think
Okay.
it's like July 12th or something like that.
Have they
July.
have they spoiled all the cards?
They've started spoiling some of them, so a
Okay.
lot of them have been revealed.
What kind of
Yeah.
what kind of D&D deck are you looking to make?
I have no idea, but it'll probably be a party deck since that's what they do for the D&D stuff. So having like a wizard, a cleric, a rogue, a warrior, having all of those out on the field
Mm-hmm.
affects certain things. So we'll probably actually build a D&D adventuring party
Okay.
style deck. Just for flavor, it'll probably be trash, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Is it going to be all colors? Sorry, I'm just kind of asking questions. I'm really interested in this now.
I have to figure out who my commander is. There are some good all-color commanders coming out. It has to be someone from the Forgotten Realms.
Mhm.
So with the Adventures of the Forgotten Realms set that literally just dropped, and the core set that's coming out in a month, between those two and then I think the two previous D&D sets, I should be able to find a decent commander that has at least 3 to hopefully 5 colors, because I'd like a 5-color deck. And then have a good amount of D&D inspired cards.
Did they add Commander to Arena, or is it still?
Oh no, for real life, I want to build a commander
Okay.
deck, and then for Arena, I'll build a brawl deck and standard or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
But actually, now that we have 2 back-to-back D&D sets coming out,
Mhm.
we're gonna have enough D&D cards to make full-on decks out of, which makes me happy.
You know, with as often as the Forgotten Realms is brought up, you would think they'd have to change the name because it's not really forgotten anymore.
Lindsay's
just all about the jokes today, isn't she?
All about the jokes. Yeah. Got them good ones today. No, you're right. The Forgotten Realms are anything but forgotten.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's most of what I've been playing. What about you, Lindsay? What you been playing?
What have I been playing? Not as much as I would like to have been playing, considering it's my summer break. Only played Apex once since we moved. Did play Fortnite. I am enjoying the season more than last season. UFOs are fun except for late game. They are stupid overpowered late game when you've got like 3 or 4 teams left, but one of them's in a UFO.
Or 2 of them are in a UFO.
Yeah, they're gonna destroy you and then drag the attention of everybody else that's left in the game over to that same area. But I'm enjoying it. And we did some Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it. That saddens me. Maybe I'll play more games this coming week.
Yeah, Nancy Drew summer sale.
See, I have most of them, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I do need to finish Wolf Among Us. Maybe I'll actually get
Yeah, I need to start that. And you also need to finish Maneater and Last of Us.
I don't care as much about Maneater. That was a free game that I just played to see what it was like because it was a shark.
It was the shark game, right?
Yeah, it was pretty fun, pretty easy.
Yeah.
I did play a match of. All right, sorry everyone, we had technical difficulties there. We're just going to move on to our new segment. Welcome to Out of the Box Gaming News with Lindsay Picard.
Hey there, folks. Now deleted images from an in-development game referred to as Battlecat leaked on Twitter, which seemingly combines several Tom Clancy titles into an objective-based PvP game. So don't get excited like me, it doesn't sound like battling cats. Cyberpunk 2077 stolen data has seemingly started to leak, including what appeared to be montages of pre-release Cyberpunk 2077 bugs that were supposedly collected by QA and devs during development. Insomniac revealed a Rhino 8 super weapon, which can drop objects from other dimensions, i.e. other PlayStation-owned games, into Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. DICE finally announced Battlefield 2042, an FPS set amid a worldwide ecological disaster featuring dynamic sandstorms, tornadoes, and more than 128 player matches on PC and PS5, Xbox Series X and S. There won't, however, be a campaign mode. Xbox is working to embed gaming capabilities directly into TVs, mobile devices, and more with the help of cloud gaming. And the National Music Publishers Association is suing Roblox for $200 million in damages, claiming it's been allowing unlicensed use of songs by users. Back to you guys.
Sweet. Sadly, we went over this, just to let y'all know.
But you couldn't hear it.
But you couldn't hear it, and the recording, the file got corrupted or whatnot.
But you can't name something Battle Cat and it not be battling cats. I'm disappointed.
So the thing with the Tom Clancy titles, from what I saw, it was basically Ubisoft reporting making game that combines Splinter Cell, Division, and Ghost Recon. So hopefully that'll be a pretty cool game. Once again, there was more news on Cyberpunk. Just knowing that basically they knew about bugs. We don't know if they were, the bugs that were in the game or not. People will probably speculate that because, people are hating on CD Projekt Red right now. This is really cool. So Ratchet & Clank came out yesterday. I haven't played it yet. I will say I am disappointed. I looked up the average gameplay time for the game. Now, mind you, this is a $70 game. Game prices, they've gone up, with the new systems or whatever, like the exclusive games for the new consoles. Not like first party games, not like third party games, though I think those are eventually going to go up in price. They are $10 more than what they were before. And look, I know the game is beautiful from what I've seen. I've heard really good things about it. It's a great game. But the game length for me is where I'm kind of disappointed. I think on average from what I saw, if you just do story, it's like 10 hours. If you do story with a few extra things, it could be like 12 to 15 hours. And, hey, if I want to be paying $70, I feel like I need to have that game to be at least around the 20, 25 hour mark or something. Not too long, but not too short. So, but back to, the whole news thing. I think it's really cool that the weapon that they have in there is, you're able to drop something in from another PlayStation owned game.
Mm.
So
can I just summon Nathan Drake?
Yeah, just summon him in, and then he'll just shoot up everything.
I like it.
And then let's see, Battlefield 2042. I was just saying, before I was saying that I was disappointed that there was no campaign, but Will was explaining that this is going back to what their OG game or something.
OG games. I think it was Battlefield 1942, 1940 something. Which was pretty much just online multiplayer. There were some single player things that you could do, but there wasn't a campaign. So it's kind of a revamp of their sort of how they started out of just, here's the battles, go do the things, have fun, destroy stuff. And they've just really revamped it. Like you said, they've got sandstorms, tornadoes. I think they have hurricanes and some other crazy natural disasters and stuff that you can try to endure while being in a massive 128 person war. It just looks awesome, man. And I feel like it's a great return to form for the Battlefield games.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it actually is in terms of gameplay.
And I guess it's going to be one of those third party games that is going to be exclusive to the next gen consoles and PC, obviously, from what it looks like on here. It just says, PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Mm-hmm.
So,
feel like with the massive battlefields and the players and everything that they're looking to do,
you'll need that.
The extra horsepower in your consoles.
Yeah, otherwise, your PS4 is going to sound like two jet engines going off.
Yeah.
And then Xbox, like, part of me feels like they're going in the direction where they may not be doing hardware as much like the consoles. Trying to get to the point where all their stuff is like, on like TVs and other stuff, where you would just do that cloud gaming or whatnot. I mean, I think it's just going to be years from now. Before we actually, see, I guess, what progress on that or whatnot.
Yeah,
So.
I'm still, like I said, I'm not sure what cloud gaming entails and how you can, if you're going to be playing without buying an Xbox, if it's streaming the games and what kind of, lag that might entail. So, yeah, like you said, it seems like it'll have to be something a bit down the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure exactly how cloud gaming works.
Yeah, and Roblox, hey, sucks. 200 million, that's a lot of money. So,
yeah, I don't know how that. I
don't even know. Yeah, I don't know anything about that game.
That game, I don't know how they've been. I don't know. I'm gonna have to. My students play it.
That game came out in 2006.
I know nothing about it. I need to look into that.
Everyone plays it. My little brother plays it with his chaotic little teenage friends. I don't know what the game's about.
What do you do? Like, I
think it's
your Legos,
Minecraft or something.
Your Legos. That's what it like. Whenever I look up images, you just pretty much look like a Lego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
all right,
gotta watch that music usage.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll move on to the trivia question. We'll give our guesses that we did give.
Yeah.
And then
I'd give you the answer. So because we had technical issues, they already know the answer. But just to review the question, my question was, what is believed to be the oldest recorded board game to have existed? So you guessed.
Yeah, I went first, and based on the research that we did this week on board games and the such, I had seen a game on there that seemed very old. So that was my guess of Tic-Tac-Toe.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was listed as a board game and it seems very old. So that was my guess.
And then my guess was chess, because chess is an old game.
That's a really good guess.
So I guess that. And then Lindsay came in with the answer.
Yes, Senet, Senet. Looks like it's circa 3,500 BC, 3,100 BC. How does BC dates work? Do they go big to small or small to big? Sorry, I didn't know.
The closer you get to us, it gets smaller.
Yeah. So treat it like negative numbers.
So the bigger number is older than the...
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
so yeah.
It counts down.
So I looked up Tic-Tac-Toe, and it was like the 1,000 BCs. So not
so Tic-Tac-Toe is older than chess. Wow, way older.
Yeah, but so not quite as old as this.
I don't know.
Okay.
There might be, those caveman, pictures of them playing Tic-Tac-Toe.
Yeah.
I never know. But yeah. And then let's see. I was just gonna give a rundown for this coming up week. We will be doing the podcast episode earlier in the week, like Tuesday evening or Wednesday, because E3 is starting today, and we wanted to cover stuff that was showed at E3 as soon as we could. That's why it's going to be Tuesday evening or Wednesday. I think the last big thing on Tuesday is like Nintendo that we know of. So yeah, be looking out for that episode when we go live. And then I'll probably, put it out on the like Apple Podcast, Spotify, like the day after, hopefully. So it'll be a episode that's going to be uploaded sooner than usual. But then we're just going to wrap up this episode, and we want y'all to be able to check us out on other platforms. Will, where can they do this?
Well, we've got a very convenient little link tree that is at OOTB_gaming. And inside there, you can find all of our links, such as our Discord, our YouTube, our Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, basically anywhere and everywhere where you can find us. So check that out. And also be sure to check out our Patreon and all of the awesome perks that are in store for you there. We want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Cody Watkins, our collector's edition patron for Patreon. Also known as Kitsune's Myth. He is a great friend of ours and huge MVP of the community. So we want to shout him out, give a bunch of love. And if you see him in the community, say, hey.
And then speaking of Patreon will give you extra entries to our quarterly giveaway. So our next one is going to be at the end of this month, which we totally forgot about it until,
No, I thought of it the other day.
Lindsay thought about it the other day, and that was the first time. Okay.
But you know me by now. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it'll happen.
It just might not happen as quickly as you think.
Yeah. So...
But it'll happen.
We'll make a post in the Discord and Instagram and Twitter of what is going to be in the giveaway. And then to enter, you're going to have to join the Discord and do it that way. But if you would like to find me anywhere else, there's YouTube, Twitch, Instagram at AceKingKing, and Twitter's AceKingKing77.
Please make sure to leave a review on our podcast on whichever platform you found us. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when we post a new video. And as always, thank you so much for listening, and please join us next week.
This has been Out of the Box Gaming with Nick Picard, Will Kinsey, and Lindsay. Thanks for playing along.